Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to my live demo. Hopefully you got my notification that I was going live. So first of all, what you're going to learn today in today's video, today's demo, is how to use multiple colored waxes. So I think that's going to be fun. I think that's going to show many of you how I get like the different looks. And I'm sorry, let me move this so you're not seeing my other phone. And okay, so if you are brand new to my YouTube, I would like to just say a great big welcome and introduce myself. My name's Kelly Weiler. I'm the owner of Girl Upcycled Studio. We are located in Zanesville, Ohio, which is just about an hour east of Columbus. So if you have any questions about this project that I'm working on, just give me a shout out, let me know. You can put any questions that you might have in the comment section, okay? For those of you that do not know, I do have this on video on YouTube from start to finish. So, and I just am thinking, I hope that I'm in the right place here on my Facebook page. If somebody would give me a shout out. Marie, let me know if I am on my business page. I hope that I am. It just dawned on me that I might not be. It's too much going on. We're juggling here. But anyway, I think that I am. If not, we're just going to go forward. Okay, so here's what I want to show you today. This is the piece that I've been working on. So yesterday you watched me piece out the transfer. This is an iron orchid design transfer. I do sell these, and you can get these directly on my website at girlupcycledstudio.com, and I will put this in the description so that you can easily find all of the products that I've used, okay? So the last step, so we have it painted, multiple color paints, we have the transfers on, now we're ready to wax. Now if you do not want to wax, you are able to do a hard seal on this. So the first thing that you want to do is kind of take a clean rag or even a paper towel, and you want to just make sure everything is down. You can use your finger too, and I've already done this, but I'm going to just kind of, for the sake of showing you, you want to make sure that your transfer doesn't have any little fringy pieces that are sticking up. You don't want to drag it, you don't want to rip it and pull it and tear it, so you just kind of want to go over it and just make sure it's meshed down really, really good, okay? Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to take some really fine sandpaper, and you want to just kind of hit the edges, and you want to lightly sand. I am barely even pushing down, okay? I'm not, thank you, Marie. I'm barely even pushing down, and you want to just smooth those little edges that are overlapped of the transfer. You can kind of see them falling away. I left a few on there just to show you guys. So you want to do that on your edges here. You want to, like, I pulled this drawer completely out and I sanded the sides here, anywhere that transfer is on your product. You want to make sure that you just get that nice and smooth, okay? So that is done. So our next step, I'm going to wax this because I want a nice soft kind of finish. So I have my DIY paint brand is what I'm using. This is their clear wax. This is by Debbie's Design Diary. Absolutely, absolutely love her waxes. And you want to just apply in a nice even coat. So you'll be able to see that it slightly discolors, it slightly gets a little bit darker. So that is to be expected because we painted this with clay-based paint. okay? So it has clay in it. So anytime you get that clay, just a little bit moist or wet, it's going to just slightly darken. But I don't want you to get scared. It will just lighten up just a smidgen. You just want to get a nice even coat on here. Just rub it in. That's a real good shot there of how the color changed on me. Okay, you can watch right here. Boom. So now what is happening is it's a very, very matte finish. It's a matte paint because it has the clay in it. It has all natural minerals in it. And so what is happening right now is it's reacting with the wax, and it's absorbing all that wax into it. It's soaking right inside to the paint, okay? And that's what we want. All right. Okay, so I feel like I have a pretty good coat on here. Looks like it's pretty even. I don't like to overuse the clear wax. Like, I don't like a ton of it, but I like a nice thin even layer on here, okay? You do want to make sure that you cover it. And I'm going to actually leave it just loose in case I need to go back in and use this clear, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. Hello, Nancy and Nikki. Hello, hello. Okay, so the next one that we're going to use 3 different waxes. So the next one is another one from the DIY paint brand. This is DIY Wax, Dark Wax. It is kind of a deep dark brown kind of a tone. And I will show you how dark it is. It is extremely dark. So I want to use this very sparingly, okay? So I have a whole separate brush that I use just for my dark wax, and I'm going to dip in just slightly, and then I have another towel here that I'm going to just kind of slightly unload. I'm going to unload a little bit of that on there, okay? And now I'm going to go in and just kind of add this to mainly my corners. And you want to kind of think about where this piece has naturally worn, and naturally it would be getting a lot of use around the handles. So I want to go around all of the handle plates, the drawer pull plates, I guess is what we're going to call this. And I'm just kind of going around all around the sides of it, okay? Don't worry, I know we're going right over some of our transfer, but I don't want you to worry, it'll be fine, okay? And then we're going to continue to just slightly. Okay. Get some in the corners there. Okay, I think that's good. So now, what I'm gonna do is I have another brush, and this is what I use for blending. Nope, I lied to you. This is the one I'm using for my blending brush. So I have multiple brushes. So I'm going to go back in. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my clear. And I have it on top of my little lid here. And I'm going to take this other brush that I use for my blending, and I'm going to add it right over top of that dark wax. I'm just going to blend it a little bit better so it's not so dark, okay? Now, if you happen to get something way too dark, I'll do a little sample for you. You can use that clear wax as an eraser almost, okay? So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to make sure I get around this little plate. Okay, so I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh goodness, maybe it grabbed, maybe it got a little bit too dark, okay? So we'll just go back in with the other brush, with the clear, the one that we use for blending. Whoops, and I grabbed the wrong brush again. For some reason I keep grabbing that. Okay, let's try that again. Go in with our little blending brush and we'll add that clear and then see if we can pull some of it off. Now, if you wanted to, you can dip your paper towel, take a clean one, and take a clean paper towel. Hi Dana, and you can dip right into the clear if you want to, okay? And then we'll use that for a little bit of a eraser, almost. So you really can't mess this up too much, okay? There's just no messing it up. Now, so you're seeing a variation of colors right now too, because this is wet and this is dry. This one I did this side earlier. So this is what it'll kind of dry to look like. And then I'm going to show you one more little trick that I like to do. Are there any questions that anybody has by any chance? Either on YouTube or Facebook, either one. Just put your questions in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so next step. There's another step, believe it or not. There's another step. I'm going to take my white. This is white wax. So pretty. Not a question, but I would definitely buy that if I lived closer. I do ship, however, this one's going to be at the Restore for auction for their fundraiser, but I do ship, so no worries there. So I have a separate brush that I use just for my white, okay? And I'm just going to stipple a little bit of this. In the middle of the plate. This is going to kind of give it that dreamy look. So the look that I'm creating here, if you've been following, does anybody know? I'm going to test you. Who knows what look I'm trying to achieve? Let's see who's been paying attention. You'll get a gold star. So you can see right now the variation, that white that I just added into the middle. Hi Lexi, how are you? Same thing works with the white wax, gang. If you put too much on, you get carried away with your white wax, then you can put clear on to act as a eraser, and it'll pull it off a little bit. Okay, so you really just can't mess it up, gang. So I am going, somebody was close. Oh, Lexi got it. She said organic mossy. That is exactly what I'm going for. So this is going to be named, it's going to have the name something of moss in it, like a walk amongst the flowers and the moss or something like that. I'm going to name it. It'll have a name to it because it deserves a name because it's so pretty. So if you notice when you're out taking walks, by the way, I just got done talking to my Creators Club on Tuesday about ways of getting motivated when you are in a funk or you can't find inspiration. My suggestion was maybe stop looking at everybody else's creations and go for a walk. Get yourself outside, get yourself off of from behind the TV, get the TV turned off, turn off the internet, turn off Pinterest, and go outside. Take pictures if you want to. You will find some amazing colors and patinas that are just natural right from the earth, and that will really encourage you. So if you look at moss when it grows, sometimes it has almost a blue-green kind of a feel. Sometimes it has a little bit of a white hazy kind of look to it. I just want to throw out a FYI out there. Facebook, I'm not sure what's going on up there. If my feed goes off, you can watch the remainder of this over on YouTube, okay? Because it looks like something weird's going on up there. So that was my suggestion. I gave them all these tips on ways to be inspired, ways to be motivated. And sometimes, did you see what I just did? I used the wrong side. Sometimes we look for inspiration and we're so busy looking at like, oh, what can I do with this buffet? I'm going to look and see what all the other people are doing with their buffets. You know, you don't want to just duplicate everybody else's, right? I mean, that's a great way to learn though. But if you really want to be inspired, get out there and into nature and see what you can find and take some little cues from that. If you notice, I'm kind of tapping a little bit when I'm applying this because I'm still getting texture even though I'm using my wax. It's still leaving me a little bit of texture, so I still want it to look like it has moss kind of growing all over it. So I'll get some really good pictures of this too. Once it dries, I'll get it staged and I'll get some good lighting on it. And you'll be able to see all the colors a little bit better probably than what you're able to see right now. So that's what I've got, everybody. So you can kind of see once it dries, it'll have this soft kind of a flow to it. By the way, just a FYI, I also sanded over top of my transfer before I waxed. I think I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Pat. I lightly sanded it. So it really, I'll get some really nice close-ups. Let me see if I don't know if I can blow it up real easily. There's some. So over on YouTube, you'll be able to see a little bit of that detailing right there. You'll really see some of that shadowing and then that white right there. So we want to think about things naturally aging and how they would look. And so that's kind of how it would actually look, because all the years of use, all the little fingerprints and things kind of get up underneath the little plates. So I'm super, super happy with this so far. So I'm almost done. I'm going to have to, I don't know if I'm just going to do a solid top. Probably it'll be either solid or maybe a little bit of wood grain up there. I'm not real sure. But as soon as I get that done, I will have the complete pictures for you. Are there any other questions that you may have? Anybody here on YouTube or over on Facebook, either one? Do you have any questions? I'm going to give you just a second here. So it wasn't a real long video, but I think it was a good one. Does anybody else use multiple waxes when they create? You can also do colored waxes too. I'll do another segment on custom colors here sometime soon. That is a lot of fun. You can have so much fun with these waxes. So, and it's so easy to make your own custom colors that you won't even believe it. It's so easy. So, all right, well, I do not see any comments coming. I don't see any questions coming in. I see some comments, but I don't see questions. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I want to say a great big thank you to everybody here on YouTube for tuning in. I'm so glad you're here, and I want to say a thank you in particular for those of you catching this later on the replay. And just know that if you need to ask questions, I will get a notification when I do get comments, and you can just ask, and I'm always happy to help. I will add all the links into the description so you can find all the products. This particular transfer should be in any day now, hoping tomorrow. So they're on the road. I did get a notification. Thank you so much for sharing this, Dana. I appreciate it. And if you're watching on YouTube and you love anything art, upcycling, and DIY, then this is the place for you. You want to make sure that you hit that subscription button and hit that little bell so you get notified when I do have a new video that's out, okay? Thanks again, everybody, and I cannot wait to see you again for the next demo. All right, bye, everyone.